Hey guys, it's your buddy Rome again. As you guys have probably already watched the unboxing and setup video for the RGB Link Mini Pro, one of the questions that did arise was that people were asking, and I saw it in a lot of the forums, if the Obsbot Tail 2 would work with the video switcher as well as the tail airs. I've seen mixed reviews and comments about them actually working together. So what we're going to do in this video, guys, we're going to actually take those two cameras, connect them with their HDMI cables, and make sure that they are going to be compatible to work with the Mini Pro. You guys ready? You're ready? Let's go. And will it work with certain models of the Obsbot cameras? So I have the Obsbot Tail Air here, and I have the Obsbot Tail 2 over here. And what we're going to do is in this video, we're going to take a look at how to connect them, how they work, and how you can control them once you have them connected, provided they work perfectly. Starting out, we have the Obsbot Tail Air. We're just going to power this guy on. The Mini Pro is already powered on, so we're just going to wait and see if we got a connection here. We have a full-size HDMI going into the micro HDMI from this camera here. And while that's powering up, I'm going to go ahead and power up the Tail 2. And for those who are curious about which app I'm using on my iPad is Iron. I'll put it in the I'll type it. So I can just tap this app here, make sure we have a good connection. Sometimes it doesn't connect right away, so you have to go back in and connect it a second time, give it a chance to see it, and boom, there we are. So you guys should now be seeing both video feeds from either camera. So this camera right here is the Tail 2. This is our other camera here, Tail Air. All right, so obviously I can use the remote control that you can get with either of these cameras to control it. So let me switch on the remote so you guys can see how that works. So it just powers on like so, and then it should connect to those cameras. All right, so I have the remote here and I have camera 3 selected. So that is this camera here. So I can rotate that around and you guys can see now the camera sees me. Okay, let's bring that down. Now, what is odd here, if you're looking at it from where I'm looking at it, the camera is facing across from me, but it's showing me right here, okay? So, which is really weird because you guys can see the direction that the camera is facing, right? So what that tells me is it's most likely picking up a larger view of what's going on. Let's switch over to camera 1 here and see what that gives us. All right, so I'm going to switch to camera 1 and then transition over to camera 1. All right, so we have camera 1 now selected. So let's see if we can move this camera around. Okay, that seems to be moving camera 2. So let's switch to camera 2 and transition over to camera 2. All right, so now we have camera 2 where we need it. Let's go back to camera 1. And let's adjust that camera. Oops, wrong. Let's go to camera 3 here. And let's adjust that camera back to where it needs to be. All right, there we go. All right, so we seem to have everything lined back up now properly. There's a slight delay between the cameras. So this being camera 3 on my remote control here, and this being camera 1 on the remote as well. But as you guys can see, camera 3, I can zoom in. I can zoom out, I can tilt up, tilt down, I can pan left, I can pan right, and all of the functions are there. Let's go to the other camera and let's switch over to that camera and let's try the same thing. Let's tilt up, tilt down, pan left, pan right. Let's zoom in. So everything works perfectly. So I guess that answers the question for the most part, guys. If these cameras will work with this device, yes, my answer is yes. Now, of course, you can just tap on the screen to switch if you have that enabled, or you can use the T-bar, kind of like what I'm doing right here, to switch back and forth between the two camera sources. I did not go into the settings and change this to just button response. I was demonstrating the T-bar, so I left it pretty much as it was, just so I'd be able to accurately demonstrate it. But in a nutshell, guys, what I want to be able to emphasize in this video is that both cameras work with this device. I saw a couple of videos as well that people sent me links to where people were saying that the new Obsbot Tail 2 did not work with this specific device. And as you guys can see, I do have it plugged in, full-size HDMI going into this camera, and the micro HDMI going into this camera, coming from this camera, but full-size HDMI into the device itself, and it seems to be working just perfectly. Now, of course, I could have added more of the tail airs. I have a few of those, but you know, this I think serves the purpose that we can easily understand that yes, they would work, and I'm sure they'll work even if you're adding additional cameras to this or something like that. Now, I am seeing somewhat of a color cast, and I'm wondering if that's just a light reflection. Yes, it is. So that's just a light reflection off of this lens, and the lens is dirty. So let's try that again. That's camera 1. Let's bring that back around and up. There we go. So everything looks good from both cameras. You know, there's a little bit difference in, you know, image saturation, but you can go in and adjust those however you need to based on whatever your needs are for your live stream. All right, guys, it's been Rome with Rome Knows Tech, and I just want to do this quick video showing you guys that yes, you can use your Obsbot Tail Airs, your Obsbot Tail 2, this video switcher, and it works perfectly. All right, guys, I will catch you all in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace. I'm out.